The Ubisoft E3 press conferences never disappoint. From stellar game announcements to a good old dose of cringe, this year was no different. In case you missed their showcase, we've got you covered. From Assassin's Creed Odyssey to Beyond Good and Evil 2, here are all the highlights that you need to know about Ubisoft's E3 2018 press conference. This year, we got more Beyond Good and Evil 2, thankfully. This included a trailer release and some pre-alpha gameplay footage, both of which were utterly stunning. And a younger Jade returns. The space opera is still in progress, and we were given more details on the direction of the game's narrative, and the characters to appear within it. The pre-alpha gameplay footage showed off Ganesha City, which we were told is only a very small part of an open-world universe that's being built. Plus, devs are not the only ones building that universe. The fans are also invited to be involved. This will be through the Space Monkey program that was teased at last E3. Devs issued an open invitation for people who want to contribute artwork, original content, and ideas to the world of the game, an initiative alongside Joseph Gordon-Levitt's Hit Record, which is a collaborative community. The first creative challenges are now live for fans to check out. And in case you're wondering, no release date for the game was announced. Tom Clancy's The Division 2 got an awesome preview at the Microsoft conference a day ago, and it looked incredibly promising. And of course, Ubisoft gave us more. It's an online-only RPG set in Washington, D.C. after an apocalyptic smallpox plague had wreaked havoc. Taking place in the midst of civil war 6 months after the outbreak, the in-game footage screen of The Division 2 showed off the co-op gameplay mechanics, a lot of combat, and featured a look at some of the kinds of weapons to expect from the title. Now, the trailer at Ubisoft's conference gave us more about the world of the game. You are the last line of defense for the country, fighting to save a dying nation. Your actions have an impact on civilians, and once you've made it to the end of the main campaign, you have to choose a specialization. These specializations not only customize and hone your playstyle, but also help advance teamwork with other players. In addition to this, you can pair up with 8 people in raids, with the promise of years of frequent content updates. The first year alone will have 3 DLCs released in episodes, all of which are completely free. March 15th, 2019 is the game's release date, with registration for beta available now. Skull and Bones is Ubisoft's multiplayer pirate game, the first video game led by Ubisoft Singapore, with emphasis on the history of piracy inspiring the game as a whole. And oh boy, was that a beautiful cinematic trailer that it opened with. Taking place in the Indian Ocean, you claw your way to the top, and the gameplay footage gave us a look at how you'll be going about your scores. In the gameplay footage, we saw firsthand how you'll be playing in a reactive, shared, and evolving world. The lay of the land, or seas rather, is revealed to you in fortunes by a fortune teller. Each fortune has its pros and cons and will greatly affect the aspects of each mission. Each score is filled with decisions you have to make about how you choose to conduct yourself and your crew. There are many threats there out on the sea, but you can work together with other captains in order to assure that you get away with your well-earned treasure. The game is set to come out sometime in 2019 with no firm release date announced. Next up, we've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey. An announcement pertaining to Odyssey was no surprise. News of the game had leaked prior to Ubisoft's confirmation of its existence on their Twitter, and a day before their conference, screenshots of the game leaked, giving fans more reasons to get excited. Set in ancient Greece, you will be playing as a Spartan warrior. The trailer showed off a bunch of notable things: our hero's backstory, one of his weapons, the Blade of Leonidas, who is actually your grandfather, stunning landscapes, and a hint of the kind of customization that'll be offered. The game takes place during the Golden Age of Athens, during the Peloponnesian War between Athens and Sparta. The story is shaped by your actions and choices. You get to choose your gender, either play as Alexios or Cassandra. You interact with history like never before. We got a glimpse of an interaction with Socrates, where you get to choose your way that you answer his questions. The full gameplay demonstration was in-game 4K capture, which included a bit of combat with a mercenary, showed off what the menus in the game will look like, and even featured gameplay in a larger scale battle, which looked pretty darn epic. The end of the trailer also hinted at some major mythology involvement in the game's narrative. Odyssey will be released October 5th of this year. Here's some other cool highlights from the Ubisoft conference that you may want to know about. First off, a dancing panda opened up the show, and other dancers dressed up as the characters from the Just Dance games, some of which had questionable makeup, but at least the live band was quite commendable. We got more on The Crew 2, an open world racing game, a sequel to the 2014 title, which is set to be released June 29, 2018. The conference announced that the open beta will be available for PS4, PC, and Xbox One on June 21st. Trials is back and bigger than ever, with Trials Rising. A trailer was screened of the game featuring some great new locales, and the conference shined some light on the development and beta of the game coming up later this year. The release date was also announced, February 2019 for PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And of course, there was lots of cringe at this conference. A lot of mics were not turned off, which made for some awkward moments.
Changed your entrance, so
changes every day, every second it changes.
We also got a musical performance courtesy of Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, featuring some Donkey Kong in celebration of his DLC. The Donkey Kong Adventure DLC will be coming out June 26th, releasing June 25th for the Season Pass owners. We also got some news on Transference, a VR game, a game that's combined Ubisoft's efforts with Elijah Wood's film studio Spectrevision, a first-person exploration game in a chilling new dimension, unraveling the mystery by experiencing it through family members' perspectives. It's a psychological thriller in which you must escape a corrupted mind. Starlink, which was originally revealed at E3 last year, now has a release date, October 16th, and their segment at the conference revealed that Star Fox has been pulled into the mix, with Nintendo's Miyamoto making an appearance himself. No gameplay footage was shown though. Alright, there we have it friends, for all things E3 2018, from highlights to news and updates, be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Gaming. Thanks for watching.